Hi everyone, this is Diane. I'm taking a bit of a break from the organizing and cleaning and Christmas wrapping and baking so that I can have a little creative time. I'm not working on a journal right at the moment because I want to focus on organizing and destashing down here before the holidays. But I want to take a little time, and I am doing a scrapistry project because I'm going to be using scraps and I'm going to stamp. So if you don't like to watch people stamping, this isn't the video for you to watch, but I do hope that you'll join me. We'll chat a little bit while I'm stamping, and I'll try not to be too boring. So let's just get started. I got out a stack of Tim Holtz stamp sets, and I'll just play around with them. And I think the only one that isn't a Tim Holtz is this Seven Gypsies one that I recently got. I'm gonna raise this up just a little bit, I think. Is that better? Oh, this is something I picked up at that craft booth at the antique mall or vendor mall in my town. So I thought I would stamp some of these pieces out. So let's start with these because I got all these colored pieces out of my scrap drawer. I'm not going to stamp all of these with tickets, but I will do some. Okay, I think these will take care of all of that. I didn't get any ink out. I think if I'm doing colored paper, I'm just going to do black ink. And then I do have the die set that goes with these, so later on, probably not on camera, I will die cut these. So I've been pretty busy, and you probably have been too. I missed going Christmas shopping this year. I didn't feel like going by myself, and I didn't have anybody to go shopping with, so I'm not happy with that one because there's a hole right there, a hole in the stamping. So I usually do most of my shopping on Amazon, but I do like to go to the stores and personally shop. But it didn't happen this year, and it's not Christmas yet, but my Christmas with my parents and my sisters, that turned out nice. We're doing that tomorrow, and I'm not going to the stores today. It's about half an hour away for me to go to the stores where I would shop for Christmas. Target and Kohl's and Hobby Lobby, stuff like that. They're half an hour away. And I don't really enjoy driving that much, especially on the highway. I need to make sure I'm leaving room for the dies. I'm not sure. Let me get my dies out for this. Yeah. I think that will barely fit on there. I guess I don't have a die for this one. Where are all my dies? Oh, it says 6 dies, but some of them cut multiple stamps. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Okay, I have them all. That's this one, and it's, I guess it's this stamp or this die, but yeah, I guess. Okay, so I need to leave just a little bit more room around the edges. But I did pick up some things at Tractor Supply in my town because I've never ever been in Tractor Supply, but I knew they had things. It's not just tractors and farm stuff. They have, I knew they had clothes, but I had never been in there. And I was hoping to find my dad a flannel shirt and an insulated coffee mug, because he has an insulated coffee mug and it is old, and it was from our local Dandy Mart, which is a convenience store that has a lot of stores around this area, like Pennsylvania and New York, but I don't know how much further it goes, but there are a lot of them around here. Anyway, it's an old cup, old cup. And I wash dishes when I go to my parents'. My mom has trouble keeping up with that. And every time I take the lid off the cup, the whole inner part comes out. Maybe I told you that already. So I told my mom he needs a new cup. And Mom said he won't give this one up. So anyway, I went to Tractor Supply and I did find him a flannel shirt, and it was on a really good sale because those clothes are expensive, but it was on a good sale. And then I bought him an expensive insulated coffee cup, so he better use it. It's a Yeti brand. And the thing is, it's pretty frustrating that the lid that comes on it has the hole for sipping, but it doesn't close. And he doesn't like take it anywhere. He doesn't drive anymore. He reluctantly gave that up. But I guess I'll do some of these in another color too. But it would keep the coffee hot. And he's not even a big coffee drinker. I don't even know what he drinks in that cup every day. He might have coffee every day, I don't know, but he said he doesn't really need it every day. Anyway, I want him to have a lid that you could slide something over the hole, so, to keep the heat in. And you had to pay $10 extra for a lid like that. Ridiculous. I tried to order him a cup online, but it wouldn't come till after. It would come before Christmas, but it would be after our day together, our Christmas day. It's just with my sisters and my parents. My brothers have to do what they want to do. They go out every Sunday and have breakfast with my parents. So this is what we girls do at Christmas time. And we started it probably right away when they moved out here into their little apartment here. So anyway, I bought the flannel shirt for him and a coffee cup. And I bought a nice heavy t-shirt for my son. Very expensive, and that one wasn't on sale. I mean, for me, I don't go to the expensive stores for clothing usually. But it's for a gift, so I guess it's okay. So I hope that it fits him. I hope he likes it. And the same with my dad's flannel shirt. And then I got, picked up a few things at Walmart, but not too much there. So most of it was done online. So have you ever heard, you probably haven't because I had never heard of it, but there is a company called Loungefly, and they make bags, purses, backpacks, wallets, and things, and I think magnets, pins, I don't know, but they're for name brand things, like licensed, and they do a lot of Disney. And so that's how I heard of them. My daughter was talking about them, so I started looking into that a little bit. And there were some Loungefly backpacks that are sold at the park, and they're park exclusives. Those designs are not found anywhere but at the parks. And they were expensive, but I decided I needed a backpack. I did buy a backpack to take with me on the plane as my carry-on, and I figured I'd use it in the park, but it was too big. It was just too big to carry around the parks. So I ended up buying one of the park exclusive, I don't know if I showed it to you, but it's a Bambi one, and it's so cute. I'll have to show it to you if I didn't. I really like this ticket, and it looks great in red. I'll have to run this through my Big Shot a lot of times. don't think that'll fit. And that won't fit. So anyway, since I got home from Disney and I had seen all the Loungefly backpacks that people were wearing, there's so many designs and they come out with lots of new ones every year. And so I started watching YouTube videos of people's Loungefly collections, and I'm not kidding you, they spend thousands of dollars on their collections of Loungeflies. I'm not criticizing, I'm just saying, because these Loungeflies are expensive and they have tons of them, and they display them, they hang them on their walls and display them, or have nice shelves. Like the whole wall is lined with shelves full of Loungefly backpacks. Mini backpacks. But all of this to say, while I was looking, I was on the actual Loungefly site with my daughter, and we found a purse. My mother had said that she wants a new purse. I don't know why, because she doesn't go anywhere. But that's what she wants. So, and she loves Snow White, and I found this beautiful Snow White backpack, mini backpack. No, not a backpack, it's a purse. My mother would not use a backpack. And it's just gorgeous. And it was on a good sale for Black Friday. So I ordered it and I just wrapped it today. I hope she likes it. I know she'll like it, but I don't know if it's something she'll want to use. Like if I take her to the movie, she brings a purse with her. Just a small purse. So they don't go out to eat anymore because my dad doesn't drive and it's just hard for him to get around. So I don't know where she would take a purse. All right, I think that's enough tickets. I'm going to make more tickets. I want a whole bunch of them. So I'm just going to put all of these scraps aside and I will continue making tickets and cutting them out another time. But for your sake, I will move on to something else right now. I'll just move all those stamps out of my way. So I make cream drops. I've talked about it other years. Every year for Christmas, I love cream drops. And you can get them in, you know, the boxes of assorted chocolates, but I only want the cream drops. I don't eat the nut ones, the caramel ones. I like caramel, but my teeth can't do it anymore. And anyway, I want the cream drops. So it's a waste of money to just buy a box of chocolates. So I want to use some of these borders. I want to cut a few out and have them ready to decorate page edges. And I want to use scraps to do that. So I'm looking, I've got some scraps in pouches next to me. A bag and a bin full of scraps. So there's some coffee dyed paper. I can put that on one. What was I saying? Okay, the cream drops. So and I make them and give them to my sisters and my parents and myself. My kids don't like them that much. They'll eat a couple, but then they're done. So I just make them for our day together, which is tomorrow. So yesterday I made buttercream, raspberry, orange, and lemon. And today I am making wintergreen patties, like little miniature patties, and peppermint patties. I had to order wintergreen flavoring from Amazon. I think I ordered it last year or the year before. And because you can't find it anywhere locally. And I used to love those Haviland wintergreen patties, like the full-size peppermint patty size, but they're pink inside, and it's wintergreen instead of peppermint. And wintergreen, I think, is a little bit milder mint than peppermint. So anyway, I can't find those patties anymore. So then I decided I might as well try making my own. So, I'll do that in a minute. I'm going to do that right here. But while I have this on the block, I might as well do another. So I ordered the wintergreen flavoring. And I made them, I know I made them last year. I don't know if I made them the year before, but they are so good. They taste just like, this is just a printed piece that I am not going to use, so I've had it for years. So I have peppermint and wintergreen, and I tint the flavors too, so I have food coloring and, you know, mix the colors to get the orange that I want for orange, etc. But I just use some red to get the pink tint for the wintergreen. So they are all formed upstairs, and I put them out on my front porch, which is enclosed. Covered them with saran wrap and put them out there to chill. And when I'm done with this video, I'll go in and melt the chocolate and dip them in chocolate. So 2 days making candies. And tomorrow I'm making a turkey breast. It's a Jennie-O turkey breast, and you do not have to thaw it. You just, it's in a cooking bag, and you just put it in your oven in the cooking bag, in a pan, of course, and it takes about, it said start checking the temperature at after 2 hours. So it takes 2 hours or slightly more, but I think, yeah, it doesn't take long. I can't believe it, from frozen state, and I've made it a couple of times, and it's delicious, and I know my mother loves it. So anyway, I had one in my freezer, and so my sisters and I decided that that's what we would do. I'm making turkey breast, and I'll make gravy, but not with flour. I'll use cornstarch because my mom can't eat flour. And I'm going to make some nice soft biscuits. And I do have a gluten-free biscuit mix that I can make for her. So I have to make 2 kinds of biscuits and the gravy and the turkey, and get it to my parents' house around noon. And my sisters are bringing other foods. And of course we'll all bring treats, desserts, whatever. And then my parents don't buy gifts for themselves or for each other or for any of us. They haven't for years. I was going to put this on this, which I still can. Because, you know, our family's just too big and they just couldn't afford it. So, and we don't expect it from them. But we're bringing gifts to them. We always do. And I don't know if we're going to sing. We're not going to do a program type of singing this time. Last year, we go into the common room and Mom invites everybody. There's 10 apartments in their building. And I think 2 of the apartments are, besides my parents, are couples. And the rest are single men or ladies. But whoever wants to come, they come down and sit in there and listen to the music. And we bring cookies to share and, you know, make it a little party down there. And then we go to their apartment and do our meal and our gifts. But last year, you know, the people change from year to year. They're not the same people all the time. And last year it was just rude. They were talking, like having full conversations. Every time we finished a song, I play the piano, my sisters sing. I sing with them sometimes, but mostly I just play the piano. They have the good voices. And every time we would finish a song, they would just start this whole conversation and talk and talk and talk. And finally, we would be able to start another song. And they did it every time. And then, after a while, one of the ladies, let's try some of this. This could be fun. One of the ladies just said in a loud and snotty voice, play something, do something. no, she said, enough of that slow stuff. Jeez. And I was like, well, okay, that was rude. And we didn't do all slow stuff, you know. We did Santa Claus is Coming to Town and Up on the Rooftop. But I guess we did too many in a row. And she didn't like it. And, you know, just go out the door if you don't like it. And I was shocked. So we did something peppier, and we did a couple more songs, and then that just took it right out of me. I just said to my sisters, I'm done. We can do one more, and I'm done. And they're like, really? And I said, yes. I don't want to play anymore. I said it quietly to them, you know. So we'd been in there for a while anyway. So I told my parents this year, if we're going to sing, I would like to sing for them. And my mother would sing along. My dad wouldn't. He has a nice voice, though, or he used to. That's pretty cool, right? But I said, we're not going to announce it to people. We're not going to do this planned program. We'll just go down to the common room and we'll just sing some carols, if that's what you want to do. But we're not going to invite everybody because they were so rude. And now my mom doesn't know if she even wants to do it at all. So, I don't know. We'll take our music with us. I hope we get to sing a little bit for them. It's something that they always enjoyed. I'm going to stamp some of these. I can do these on the heavier cardstock stuff that's in those containers. I have file folder pieces and cardstock pieces. Bigger block. These would be handy to have for journaling spots. I don't think this belongs in my scraps. This is Stampington things that I want to use for inspiration. And I don't know what I'll do on Christmas Day. My daughter is working. My son-in-law is not working, and he'll have Teddy with him, but he'll probably go to his mom's or dad's. And my daughter-in-law works, because she works at the hospital, so she has to work every other Christmas. So my son said, like my daughter-in-law, my son, and their daughter, Layla, will have their Christmas on Christmas Eve. They'll do their ham dinner. He usually doesn't cook a ham dinner, but he decided to do that this year. But they like to do their Christmas on their own, just the three of them. So he said it'll just be him and Layla hanging out Christmas Day. So he said, let me know if you want to do anything with us. So I don't know what I'll be doing. If I go to their house, they'll just be playing their new games because they'll get video games or something. My son is a gamer. And Layla is too. So, I don't know. It's depressing every year. It used to be my husband and I, it didn't matter if the kids were busy with other plans, but we would be together and do our Christmas together. But now I'm just alone. I'm not saying all this stuff to be depressing and stuff, but it's just the way it is with me. And so Christmas is hard. But we will do our Christmas together as a family the day after Christmas. But even then, it'll have to be in the evening because somebody's working. Probably Billy, my son. So we're not having a dinner. We're just going to do our Christmas Eve traditions of cheese and crackers. We'll exchange our gifts. And I guess that's enough of that one. And I'd like to stamp these phrases here. Note to self. Maybe I can do 2 at once. Confidential. Maybe even 3 at once. And then we always watch A Muppet Christmas Carol. We always did that when they were young. As soon as it was released. I don't know when that movie came out. But it is our Christmas movie. We love it. We always liked the Muppets anyway. And it's sad when it gets to the part where Tiny Tim could, they have the scene where he dies in the future. And it's just sad because, we're missing one from our family. Not a child, but husband, dad, grandpa. So it's emotional for us to watch it, but we do it. I didn't know if I could get through it the first year, and I never get through it without crying. But anyway, that's what we'll do the day after Christmas. But we'll have cheese and crackers and presents too. Lots of little things to cut out here. What else? I used to be very involved in music at my church. I did a lot of piano special music, which, piano solos, and I would do, preludes and offertories for services and stuff. So that was a lot of Christmas music to practice, and I played for the choir, so whatever Christmas music they were doing, and most years they did a cantata. If you don't know what a cantata is, it's like a 45-minute performance with songs and narration. And those were really fun to play. So I had lots of music to do. Lots of practice at home, lots of rehearsals, then the performances. But I don't play much anymore. And the church that I go to now, some of those are kind of blurred. They don't do special music or cantatas. They don't have a choir. And I don't play for church. I don't play in the church. They have a lot of piano players in that church. So I don't have that anymore to keep me busy. I don't know how I did it, because I did all of the baking and crafting and working full-time or part-time. And I did a lot of stuff in December. And I always got sick the first week of January. And now it's a lot more low-key, which is probably a good thing. You can focus on what Christmas is all about. But I tried to before. The Christmas music that I did was all about glorifying God and celebrating the birth of his Son, our Savior. It's nice to have the same design in different colors so you can maybe have what you need for a certain project. going to have a lot of stamp cleaning up to do. My arms get sore from pressing down on the stamps. This is an antique piece of paper that came out of one of those ledgers. I think it was a flyleaf from one of those antique ledgers I had, probably the farm one, the smaller farm one. And with the old paper, a lot of times the ink will bleed. But let's see how it looks. And it will bleed more over time. So like if we look at it today and it's not bleeding, it doesn't mean it's not going to. Ooh, that looks nice. I'll do another one of those. Some of those letters didn't quite come out, like the E, the N, the K, but that's okay because it'll look distressed. I'll still use that one. I like this Strictly Handmade. I'm going to stamp a bunch of those. I'm going to leave space so I can tear between them. This says, do I have my long one out? I think I do. My long block. Oh, it's right here. This says, claims for errors must be made on receipt of goods. In other words, if there's something wrong with what we sent you, let us know right away. My parents will probably be home alone on Christmas, but they have each other. But I could go up there. And they live really close to where my son is. I mean, they live close to me anyway, but my son is just a couple blocks away from them. 3 or 4 blocks. So I'll probably pay them a visit. I don't know if any of my other siblings are going to go see them. Forfeit move if you do not wish to change. I don't know if that's got to do with trains or a game. This one says, I've never used this one, register. It's got a number. This says service and another number. I don't think I've ever used those suits, of the card suits symbols. Oh, he came out nice. This paper isn't as absorbent as some papers because it would want to smear. I can see it's wet on top. So I need to be careful with that till it dries. I'm going to do something in a little color now. How long have I been doing this? 37 minutes. I think I'd like to do some of these line drawing flowers. I believe they look like they're embroidery transfers, but I don't know if that's what they were copied from. But I would like to do some in color, like red. And then I'm going to have to stop because my arm and shoulder are hurting. Boy, I'm getting old. It hurts to craft. Where'd my big block? Oh, right here. It's still got stamps on it. Sorry for all the clunking. Oh, that looks so nice. I love that. This is another antique flyleaf, but it's sturdier. In case you want to know, the stamp set that I just used with the train conductor on it is the inspector. Oh, he must not be a train conductor. He's an inspector. And this set with the flowers is embroidery. Yep, they are embroidery transfers. These are daisies. They're so pretty. I do want to spend a couple hours organizing down here again today if I can, but I need to finish those candies and finish wrapping, which I think I'm almost done, and clean. I need to clean upstairs, not just down here. I can do another one of those. Couldn't find it because it was upside down. I will kiss cut around these and have them ready to glue onto a page or a tag or something. Let's look at what all we stamped today. We did all these beautiful red embroidery transfer designs. I think I'll stamp some more on this colored paper. And a bunch of tickets. I'll do some more of those too. I can't wait to get these all die cut and ready to be used. And those are just the other pieces I want to stamp tickets on. So we got a lot done. I enjoy having all of these to just sit and cut out while I watch TV and stuff. But of course I'll do these down here with the Big Shot. And I have a lot of stamp cleaning to do now. But right now I'm going to wash my hands and go finish making candy. And I hope that you had fun chatting with me and watching me work with some stamps. It's pretty basic, just stamping on scraps of paper. Oh, there's one more. And one more. And that's it. So anyway, I hope that you enjoyed hanging out with me today. I really appreciate your time, especially this close to Christmas. Maybe you're watching it later, after Christmas. In any case, I will say thank you, and I'll see you in the next video. Have a creative day, and your creativity could extend to not just crafting, but baking, wrapping, all of the things we do at Christmas time, setting your table, decorating, all of that is creative. And I'll see you soon. Bye.